What's up guys, Ryan here from Mud Gunner, and today I have a fun video to share with you. So we have a little bit of things going on here. This is basically going to be a test run with this gun here. I've had this gun for a while. This is an Lwrc M6A3 DMR. So it's an 18-inch heavy barrel piston driven DMR. It's called the M6A3 DMR, chambered in 5.56. You'll notice I have a pretty big scope on here. This is just the scope I decided to go with at the time I bought it used. It's a Lwrc XTR2. It's a 5-25 by 50 or 56. I think it's a 5-25 by 50. Yeah. And then it's also a first focal plane scope. Yeah, I know it's overkill for a 5.56. It's like goes the full length of the gun, but I think it looks really cool. So we have the gun out here. This was one that I've had for a little while. I haven't shot it in a while, so I don't even think it's zeroed or anything. But we have a couple things we are testing. This is my very first range day out with my Griffin Armament suppressor here. This is the Lwrc 7. They did supply the suppressor for me, so I want to thank Griffin Armament. But yeah, we're doing testing with this suppressor today. I filmed another video with it on 11.5s. That video should be up before this one. But while we were at it, I'm like, you know what? This would look really good on here. So I got the Griffin Armament taper lock micro brake right here, or the minimalist brake, and this screws right over it. And this is a taper mount suppressor, so it just direct threads onto that, and then it taper locks right here. So the gases are sealed and the suppressor shouldn't back off. So this just screws on right here, and you just screw it on until it's locked in place. And that's it. So just a taper lock system. So it's my first day out with this suppressor. And then we're also doing some ammo testing for a buddy of mine. So Dignity Defense, I've done videos on his AR because he did sponsor me with an AR years ago. That's my Tactical Williams rifle. But he produces ammo as well. And one ammo that he did is this Dignity Duty Rifle ammo. So it's a 77 grain OTM, so open tip match, hollow point basically. And we're gonna be doing some testing with this setup right here. So the Lwrc, the Griffin Armament, and his ammo. So he did provide me the ammo. I got 3 boxes here to work with. He also lent me his Garmin chronograph right here. I've always wanted to get one of these. I don't have one yet. We can order them at the store I work at, but basically this chronographs how fast the velocity is coming out of the barrel. So I don't know how like exact it is depending on my setup out here, but yeah, I'm gonna be running that to see. This should be pushing about 2750 feet per second out of this setup. So I'm curious to see how it works. But yeah, that's the setup. So Dignity provided the 3 boxes of ammo, Griffin Armament provided the suppressor, I provided the rifle setup. So I'm excited to shoot this thing. I want to get into long range. I've talked about this for a while. I want to get into more precision shooting, but the range we have here, it doesn't go very far, as you can see. So yeah, we're just limited on our range. So we're going to only shoot this about 100 yards today, but I'm going to see how well this groups at 100 yards. I've never shot 77 grain out of this gun. I think I've only shot like 62 grain tip out of it. So it deserves better. It's an 18-inch 1-in-7 twist barrel, and I bet it'll thrive off of the 77 grain. So I just wanted to show you guys what I have today. And honestly, when I was looking at videos of this gun, there's not very many videos, or they're all really old, because that's the one thing with buying like a discontinued gun. As far as I know, they don't make it anymore. Videos are just old. So I wanted to bring a newer video to life in case one of you guys recently picked one of these up, because I know it's fun to watch videos of guns that you just recently got, but it sucks if they haven't been out in like 10 years. So yeah, that's what we got. So we're gonna get everything set up and then show you guys how it shoots. All right guys, I want to show you guys what we have as far as the setup goes. So I have the Lwrc in here. It's got the Griffin Lwrc 7 suppressor on there, and it's in the Bog Death Grip tripod. My girlfriend got me this for Christmas and I've been loving it so far. So what we're doing is I got 20 rounds loaded up in this Lwrc mag. It is a 300 blackout mag, but it works just fine for 5.56. I think it looks good in here. I have the Garmin chronograph right here. Reading the manual, it says on either side about 15 to 35 centimeters from the muzzle, so we should be right there. I have a paper target at 100 yards, and I would like to show you guys the hits. So I'm gonna do this as best as I can. We have this paper target. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to quickly get this zeroed and shoot the groups on here. And I'm not gonna be doing much talking. We're also gonna set up Gabrielle's phone down there on a tripod. She should be able to have enough space on there. She has a lot of pictures and videos on her phone. So I'm hoping there's enough storage that I will be able to show you guys the hits as they're happening. But if it doesn't happen, I'm sorry, I forgot my GoPro today. So that's what we got. So I'm gonna set up her phone down there on the tripod, run back here, and just start shooting. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, I gotta put out the excuse that I am not a 1 MOA shooter. I don't consider myself a 1 MOA shooter, but I wanna get better. If you guys wanna see some really good precision content, you should check out Zach from Mountains Mullets America. His content's great, and he's trying to hit 100K this year, so help him out. I like watching his channel for specific stuff like this. So I wanna get more into it, but yeah, I am a novice. So just take with that what you will. I have the Garmin here. It's set up for the 77 grain. I've never used one of these before, so bear with me on that too. I got the camera set up down there. I'm gonna aim for the bottom left circle first, just so I don't accidentally hit my girlfriend's phone. Sorry, babe. I'm just kidding. I won't hit it. I'm not that bad of a shot. We're going to do a 3-round group to start. And if I have to make adjustments, I will, because I've never shot this ammo through this gun. Okay. I'm on 15 power, so let me go up to the 25 so I can see where I'm hitting. Not that I can't see, it's just 25 power is like too much magnification. I think I'm really low on the paper. I got to go up quite a bit. So I'm going to go up. This is 0.1, so it's 0.1 MRAD, so I think that's what, 0.33 inches at 100 yards. So 3 clicks should be an inch, and I am at least 2 inches low. So we'll go 6 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're slightly to the right. So we're gonna go 2 clicks left. Actually, make it 3 clicks left. So do another 3-round group. Oh, and that was averaging 2705 feet per second. The min was 2699. The max was 2715. So first 3 rounds. So my group is not the greatest. It's like an 1.5 inch group. That was on the 25 power too. All right, let's see. We were still favoring low. So I'm gonna go up another 3. And I'm gonna go left 2. Why am I so far off? I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to tighten that group on the other circle and see if I can do better. Okay, so that's better. I'm going to make it a 5-round group. Okay. Out of 14 shots, our min was 2685, our max was 2743, our average is 2714. So I am not great on like velocities overall, like what this standard deviation is or stuff like that. So this says 2750, and I believe that's out of an 18-inch barrel. I am running the suppressor on there. I don't know if that affects it. So standard deviation 17.8. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, guys. So the max velocity that I got was 2743. The min was 2685. Okay. Just hit OK. Back. Back. We're going to end this session. We're going to do a new session. So it's 77 grain, 5 to 15 inches from the barrel. Okay. We're going to put it, I'm going to put it like a little bit closer like this. I'm going to move this table. I'm going to move the table real fast. The Lwrc with the Lwrc 7 suppressor is extremely comfortable to shoot. It's not bad at all. Right, so I'm going to do a 5-round group up top. Dang it, I threw that one. Okay, average is 27.16. And I think we got one more in there. We'll just make it a 6-round group. Why not? Okay, so that was my first 20 rounds with the ammo. Yeah, I am not a great shooter, but let's do one more 5-round group and see. You know, I'm gonna just do a 10-round group and see what I can do with 10 rounds. I do think that there are gonna be people that can print a lot better than me, but this is my first time. Okay, so we're gonna go for a straight 10-round group. Obviously the gun's gonna be a little toasty right now, so let's see what we can do. 10 rounds. Okay, I don't think my 10-round group is terrible, but I'm not like a fan of my other groups. So out of 16 shots, this is what we're looking at: 2670 min, 2752 max, average 2711. I'm not an expert on all that, so that is just information for you guys that are smarter than me. But yeah, let me go grab the target and I'll bring it down here. As you can tell, I'm not the greatest shot, but that's okay. I'm still a beginner with this, with precision stuff specifically. So you guys saw the shots as they happen. I had to rewatch to write it down. So those were the first 3 rounds, the second 3 rounds, and then the last 3 rounds for the first group. And then I made some adjustments. That was group 2. So group 2 was probably the best group. I mean, these are like 1-inch squares, so that's like just over an inch group. I don't have a way to measure it out here, but that was 5 rounds. And then we have the 6-round group up here, and then that 10-round group. So I do like the idea of like 5 to 10 round groups, because that's probably more like what you're actually doing versus, you know, a 2 or 3 round group. But normally when I zero my stuff at like 25 yards, I'll do 2 or 3 rounds to get started, just so I know where I'm at, try not to waste ammo. But for this, I do want to do good. And then it's also interesting to see, like, you know, as the gun heats up, what it's going to do. This is just me out here running this gun for like the first time in a long time, and then first day running that Griffin Rec E7 suppressor. As far as the suppressor goes, the suppressor's great. I mean, this is my first day running it, and I wasn't running ears, so it was very quiet. I like the gun. The recoil impulse of the gun is nice. I'm sure the scope and all that is great. I just need to learn it more. You'll notice I was adjusting myself on, like, I want your guys' opinions, those of you that shoot more than me, or specifically this. Maybe I should ask Zach, or Zach, if you watch this. What is the proper way to set up on this? So I could use the bipod on the table, but just lengthwise, I felt like this would be better. I feel like I need the full extension on the stock to really get into this, because this is my appropriate eye relief. But where would I put my left hand? So normally if I was on a table or prone, I would lay like this. But with this, should I hold like this? Should I hold it like I can prop up my right arm on this and my left arm like that? Should I go like that?
Maybe get a new chair other than the No Problem.
Yeah, this is my No Problema chair. I've had this since high school, $12 at Walmart. Gabrielle's sitting on one too. These chairs have held up forever. But yeah, that's basically where I'm at. Like, what is the appropriate way to go about this? I do have a bubble level on here, and I looked at it occasionally. It seemed to be like level. So yeah, I'm just trying to learn this more. The Garmin, I feel like that, as far as I could tell, it was in the appropriate spot. So I'm open to suggestions on this, guys. I watch videos, but again, I'm still a novice. It'd be cool to take like a precision course. Obviously, they're a little pricey, but I'd like to do it at some point. But yeah, at 100 yards, I feel like that's okay enough. And as far as like my 100-yard life or death accuracy, I did shoot a javelina at 113 yards with a 3-power magnifier, first round hit. It did take more than 1 round to kill, but I did that hunting video a couple years ago, and that pig was really good. So yeah, I'm capable of hitting stuff at 100 yards, fairly accurate enough, but yeah, we'll tighten up this group. I think what I want to do, I want to take the suppressor off once it cools down, and I want to shoot 10 rounds at this centerpiece without the suppressor and do another 10-round group. Just see how I do. So yeah, let me know what you guys think so far, but again, this is just my intro to it, but I like it. I mean, it's fun. I'd like to learn it more. I don't plan on reloading 5.56 at all. I don't have the space. I don't have the knowledge. Yeah, I'm gonna just do factory ammo, but this is, again, my buddy's company, Dignity Defense. He does ARs, he does ammo, and I run his subsonic 9mm ammo. It runs great, but Yeah, this is my first day like really running these, so we're 30 rounds in so far. And yeah, but again, first time using this rifle in a long time, first time using the suppressor. So for a first time basically printing this on paper, I don't think it's terrible. I just need practice. A lot of those other guys, when they do reviews on guns, they might be, 500, 1,000 rounds into a gun. I don't know. This is 30 rounds into a gun with this stuff. So that's my take on it. I do think I'll get better. I'll save this too. It'll go in my little logbook. So once the can cools down, we'll shoot it again. It's cooled down a little bit, so now I'll show you guys how tight it still is after shooting it. So it's not just going. Let's see if you can hear it come off. There we go. Yeah, so it's pretty tight. See how the taper's doing. So yeah, for the muzzle brake, it's not bad. Now I'm curious how I'll shoot without the suppressor on there. And I gotta remember to put ears on this time because I don't want to make myself deaf. Yeah, nice can. It's a 30 cal can, so you can run it on a 300 blackout, 308. This would be pretty cool on a 308, but I like it on here so far. Should be good. Got 10 rounds. Just gonna shoot a 10 round group and see how I do. Okay, so my first rounds, they didn't feel solid. I had my elbow kind of on here and it wasn't working. So I would say my first 3 rounds weren't good. I can see where they're hitting. That was definitely a decent sized group. I'm hoping like on video, it'll show that the last rounds were a little bit better, but velocity 2688 was the min, 2725 is the max, average 2702 out of the 10 rounds. So let's do okay. So out of the 10 shots, the average was 2702. That last one, out of the 16 shots, the average was 2711. Before that, 2711. Oops, same one. The 14 shot group, 2714. We got 14, 16, and 10. So we fired 40 rounds so far. More velocity with the suppressor. Average. All right, guys, we are finishing this video on a different day. My apologies about that. But I wanted to run some different rounds through it. So we only have 20 rounds that we're going to shoot, and that'll wrap it up for the video. We're going to start with the 5-round group from the Dignity Defense 77 grain OTMs. After those 5 rounds, we have Federal Sierra Match King. This is 69 grain 223. It's a gold medal match ammo. After that, we have Freedom Munitions. This is 77 grain reman stuff, so it's an OTM round, but 77 grain 223. And then we are going to finish it off with a 75 grain 223 from Hornady. This is a boat tail hollow point with the amp jacket. So those are going to be the 20 rounds that we fire through this. So starting with Dignity, then Federal, then Freedom, and then this Hornady. So got the camera set up downrange, and we're going to see how well we do. We are at 15 power to 100 yards, and I'm curious. So I'm going to start at the top left with the Dignity ammo. And the target is slightly canted, or my gun is slightly canted because it's not like perfectly aligned, but I'm just going to be aiming for the bullseye. So I'm not going to make any adjustments between these groups. Okay, so that's the Dignity ammo. I see the group, it's definitely over an inch. My goal is to get this gun less than that. So the next round is the Federal 69 grain Sierra Match King 223. We're going to go top right. That last round didn't feel as solid, but I'll have to see down there. All right, so next up we have the Freedom Munitions. This is a 77 grain open tip match. I'm gonna go bottom left. All right, and then finishing it off, we're gonna go the Hornady 75 grain 223. All right. Well, I hope those are decent groups. You guys saw them in real time. I will go take a look right now, but yeah, I love this gun. And with more practice, I could definitely see this becoming a much more accurate system in my hands. Just I'm still in the beginner phases of precision shooting, but yeah, that's sweet. Let's go take a look. I'll have to check the target, but I feel like I did better with my groupings this week. And yeah, I'm not disappointed in that. I know we can definitely do better for sure. So first round group with the Dignity 77 grains, I would say that's what, like an 1.5 inch group. I mean, it's under 2 inches because these are each inch squares. So maybe like an 1.5 inch group. And then that Federal 69 grain, that was pretty good. That's under an 1.5 inches, right? I mean, it looks maybe like an 1.25 inches. I don't have a measurement tool other than looking at this, but I'll take that group. I think that's the first 2 rounds, which is pretty cool. And then we have the Freedom Munitions ammo, not too bad. Minus those two, I mean, that's about an inch. That's like just over an inch. That they look very similar, but maybe 1.25 inches. And then the final group right here. So yeah, I feel like that's a lot better today than the previous day, and I think I will continue to get better. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for my next video.